A very good evening to you from the sports desk. Let's go to this chat. Wheelchair tennis star Kgothatso Montjane secured her fourth Grand Slam championship title at Roland Garros this past weekend. The 39-year-old Paralympic star secured her fourth Grand Slam champions title by triumphing in the wheelchair doubles French Open, partnering with Japan's Xiaohui Kamiji. The formidable duo overcame China's number 2 seeds Xiaohui and Ziying Wang in a thrilling match that went to a deciding tiebreak, finishing 4-6 and 7-5. The victory follows their earlier successes at the 2023 French Open, 2023 US Open, and 2024 Wimbledon Championships. Kgothatso has also been named by President Cyril Ramaphosa as one of the 31 eminent persons who will guide and champion the national dialogue. Kgothatso joins us now via Zoom. A very good evening, and thank you so much for joining us, Kgothatso.
Good evening to you, Anna. Good evening to the listeners, and thanks for having me.
I guess double congratulations on the French Open and also being named as one of the 31 eminent persons. But before anything, Kgothatso, can we see the Roland Garros trophy if you have it close to you?
Well, I'm not sure if it's going to be visible, but it's this big plate, so yeah.
Congratulations, beautiful. Thank you so much. That is the Roland Garros title that Kgothatso won in the doubles. Let me start, though, before we talk about tennis, with the latest, named by President Cyril Ramaphosa as one of the 31 eminent persons to champion the national dialogue. What does that mean for you, Kgothatso?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's a huge responsibility, when they approach you and ask you if you'll be able to, to step forward and be able to assist. So I was like, I'm all in because I feel like as an ordinary citizen living on the ground, I understand some of the challenges that we faces every day or that ordinary South African faces every day. So it's an honor for me. And honestly, I really can't wait to really share and contribute, my opinion and bringing some of those challenges to the table so that we can really find ways to resolve some of those challenges.
And I mean, beyond that, as a sports person, there's a number of other sports people that have been included, politicians, prominent people, also church leaders, and so on. I mean, from as an individual, what do you think, the national dialogue, as it were, will add value in terms of improving the state of South Africa as it is?
Yeah, look, I think the people needs to be heard, and I think this is where this is going, being on the ground and hearing what are the actual challenges that people are facing on a daily basis. So this is just there to really address that, to hear from the people. And honestly, from my side as an individual, it's not even being in because I'm a sport person, but remember, I'm a person living with disability. There are so many challenges that people living with disability faces in their daily life. So for me, that's the part I would really like to bring it forward and obviously on the ground engage with people with disabilities to hear what is it that they really need.
Let's talk tennis now. Again, congratulations on the French Open. Going into this tournament this time around, how confident were you, firstly, from a singles perspective and from the doubles as you participated in both?
Yeah, Gwen, let me take this opportunity to really thank all my sponsors, at Mahindra South Africa, Early Kid, Otterberg, Dunlop, everyone just in South Africa. It's been a really tough one for the past 10 months, actually, for them to really stick with me. I lost my mother 10 months ago, and I was so devastated. I didn't even think, I would still be playing tennis. That's how devastated I was. And thanks to my team at Optimize for encouraging me, getting me the right help. I was really prepared going into this Roland Garros. I left home early in May to make sure that I put in some competition before Roland Garros. I get enough game time on clay. I mean, you can tell from my singles results. I mean, having to beat, the number 4 seed in the draw, even though I fell short in the semi-final, I'm still happy to would have pushed the world number 2, to get that score, or even to have pushed myself to really get myself to the semi-final. Those are the results I haven't seen in a while when coming to the singles. And as for the doubles, I think we just went in as the underdogs because for the first time, me and you, we not being seated in a draw. It was quite a weird one.
I mean, again, speaking about the support that you've been having, and I mean, over the years, you and I have had these conversations from the start when you did not even have the necessary transport and support to go and play overseas. How has that changed with the assistance that you've just mentioned to try and make sure that you participate in some of these world championships?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, I think some of my results are really showing that, there's a support that really, came through or that I'm receiving, I mean, having to have won 4 Grand Slams now, I've done it simply because of the sponsors that I have, because I'm able to, put in enough preparations as I wish to have. I mean, more can still be done. Like I always say that in singles, I still feel like I lack resources. But with what I have, I mean, these are the results to show that when an athlete is supported, can really achieve great things. So, I mean, big up to all those sponsors that supported me, the current ones and those ones that we had, the partnerships that came to an end.
Looking at just how the performance has been at Roland Garros and going all the way through to the final, what do you think worked? I mean, also, would you say that because you and your partner have played together for a while, does that help in making sure that you are able to get that unity and unison, as it were, to win these championships?
Look, a great partnership always works, but I think in this tournament, for the first time, whereby we really faced a huge challenge in the finals, because we play in the Chinese, they're seeded number 2. We've never played them before as a pair. And honestly, we struggled, but simply because we are well-experienced players, we had to come up with a plan on how we're going to slow them down. They were way too aggressive, and they pushed us to play aggressively, and that's what they loved. And I mean, we just spoke that we just need to chop and slice right now, give them anything that doesn't have pace, and they started struggling. And yeah, from there we just rolled on the momentum. I would like to say in this one is the experience that really helped us win the match.
And when looking at your performances and the constant performances or great performances at that level, what does this do from your perspective as for wheelchair tennis and disabled sports in South Africa? As I know that you're one of those people who have been quite passionate about not only about wheelchair tennis, but people with playing sports with disabilities.
Yeah, I mean, I think a thing it's always saying that, as people with disabilities or athletes with disabilities, we feel like we need the support as much as the able-bodied are being supported on the ground. So that's something that we really wish to have. And that's why people like me put a lot of hard work in to really show that, we are very much talented, capable. We are hard workers. We are champions. So that's why we're always yearning for that support. And in doing this, even though it's not easy, it's just to, keep hoping that, there will be change, So it's just for us not to give up, but to keep pushing, and also to keep inspiring the others to never give up.
Just, moving forward, what's next for Kgothatso? I mean, you've done US Open, you've won Wimbledon. What's next, particularly this year? Going for more Grand Slams?
Yeah, there's two more Grand Slams left. I mean, there's Wimbledon in the next, I think, 4 weeks. There's Wimbledon coming, so that's just the next one. I'm looking forward to the one that I'll be preparing for. So, and there's still a US Open coming. I mean, yeah, Australian Open has passed. I was sick during that time. So, and that's just the slam that me and you are missing. But on a personal level, obviously, my goal is still also pushing to achieve a singles Grand Slam championship. So I'm just hoping in these 2 that's left, I'll be able to push harder, to make that wish come true.
Moving from clay to grass, looking ahead to Wimbledon, how much of a change is it for you? And in terms of preparation, you've just said that there's not really much time, about 4 weeks to prepare for Wimbledon. How much of a change is that in terms of preparing for Wimbledon, just coming from clay?
It's massive, you know. It's a massive change. Wimbledon, it's grass. It's a heavy surface, and everything requires like a upper body, you know, strength. So that's why I kind of like, you know, decided to come back home to try put a bit of work in that to make sure that I'm fully ready, because it's easy to pick up injuries on grass if you are not well prepared. So yeah, I don't have enough time to really do that, but yeah, I'll be doing my best to push to make sure that I'm ready for grass, because that's the heaviest and difficult surface for us to be playing at.
But it's a tournament that you know how to win, you and your partners, that give you a little bit of confidence. But also on the same side, Kgothatso, you've probably been marked by the rest of the competition because they know what you're capable of doing.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone is coming for us. And for us, all we need to do is just, you know, I mean, hang in there, you know, be smart. Like they always say, play smart. You know, don't work yourself too hard on court when coming to such situation. Yeah, so we have a lot on stake, but we've been doing this together. So we'll still try to put our heads together when we approach those matches to see how can we go about them. You know, we're so confident that whatever happens, we would have given it, you know, 100%.
Kgothatso Montjane, thank you once again for coming through to speak to us. And once again, congratulations on the French Open win and for, you know, being, you know, selected by the president as one of the 31 eminent persons to spearhead the national dialogue. Thank you very much. That's Kgothatso Montjane.